Recording in progress.
Say it again, Adam? That's okay. All right, call to order. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and for the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adam, you want to do roll call?
So roll call. Chairman, Ray Pankowski.
Present.
Vice Chair, Renee Wells.
Present.
Commissioner Eric Martin.
Present.
Commissioner Mark Sterrett.
Fred Meyer, I can't hear you.
Sorry about that. Commissioner Mark Sterrett. Commissioner Fred Meyer.
Here.
And then I'm Adam Bocanegra.
Verification of agenda posting. The agenda of the Airport Advisory Commission of the City of Hollister meeting of June 23rd, 2021, posted on the bulletin board at City Hall on August 18th at 10 a.m. per Government Code Section 54954.2. Line item 4, consent to approve minutes from the meeting of June 23rd, 2021.
I move to approve the minutes of July 20 or 23rd. Was it July 23rd?
June 23rd.
June 23rd.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Is that an aye from you too, Fred?
Aye, yes.
Thank you. Moving right along, item 5, public input. Okay. Adam, over to you for reports, line item 6.
So for item A, we have a sign update from the vendor. We actually got a hold of the vendor, and he suggested, so what I did is I went from the last meeting, and there was a suggestion of vinyl wrap, which he didn't like. He said that for the signs that he does, he would like to have it uniform signs as far as size and color, and he can get possibly 4 to 5 signs on each wing. So that's what we're working with now. We actually have 2 vendors that are wanting to get on there currently. So we'll just get a list going for the rest.
Could we get a sample of what the sign's gonna look like?
Yes, and we spoke with them on that, so we can actually get that for you.
Okay. And which businesses, are there fees involved for the signs?
Yeah, I don't have the details as far as fees yet. I think they're still kind of working with, is there gonna be a bigger size for a certain price?
Right.
And then down below, or, you know, the premium up for the top. So we're still working on that, but I can get an example of what a sign would look like.
Okay,
And it's universal. And then the lighting currently that we have down there, at night, that thing would be, it's gonna light up the whole list of signs anyways.
are the signs going to be in color, or are they gonna?
As far as I know, as far as now, it's gonna be black and white. So the same as what we have there, just a different style.
All right,
So maybe just a uniform shape.
okay. Are they gonna be on both sides of the entrance?
So I think that's what they're talking about now. So it's a possibility to get one on each side, or you're just gonna pay for one side only, or the other side, top, bottom. So we can get basically up to 8, 10 businesses if we do 5. But I think currently we're working with just the 4 to 5 on each wing,
Is
with
there-
2 current businesses involved in it.
Is there a possibility of getting the Hollister Airmen's Association and the EAA chapter a spot somewhere?
I think we were talking about that a little bit. I think when I saw the last meeting that we had here, I wasn't here, but just looking through that meeting, we're gonna talk about it, and as far as how much money is gonna be involved, or I don't know what the prices are.
Okay,
And I guess everybody will know about that when we
All right.
get the information.
we might have that for the next meeting?
I can get that. I'll
Okay.
try to get that for you.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
You said 10 businesses. Do we have that many at the airport
We have 15.
that are gonna advertise that?
Maybe,
Wow.
maybe not that.
Yeah,
You
not
want-
all of them are gonna
yeah, definitely
advertise,
not.
but,
So that's 10 total. So we have a couple probably that would take 2 each, so,
Okay.
you know.
So you're
that
gonna
would
have the
to-
pricing on the signage
We can
and
try to get that.
sizes?
Yeah,
by the next
sizes, and
meeting?
we're gonna get that from the sign company first, and then see what that's gonna cost as
Okay.
far as, and then installing it. They said you could screw right to it. It's a dense plastic that's inside, and they said it wouldn't damage it if you put, you know, a couple holes in it, and he's done it on plenty of signs like that, so that'll hold up the strength of that sign, and it won't damage the sign in the long term.
okay. Maybe we could get a sample of the sign itself and then how it's attached,
Okay,
just so we can see.
okay, I can get that for you. Want to move to,
I'm fine with it.
Good afternoon. David Leonardo, Hollister Jet Center. I'd like to add to that, I'm one of the vendors that are gonna wanna go on there. And I think it'd be just for symmetry, because people come from the north and some people come from the south, coming into the drive. So you got one on one side, one on the other side. I'd like to have it on both sides, for starters. And I think the font is black and white, the way it is right now. Hollister Municipal Airport is in black and white, and it looks fine. I think right underneath that, attached to it, should be a spot to be determined, I guess, in terms of how much you want, how much real estate you want to give away. And I would be fine with the same font, Hollister Jet Center. I'd like to see it on both sides. And they have vinyl now, so you don't have to attach, that's aluminum. And it's not if it's just wind. Every penetration you make, it's going to corrode. You're going to get water. And I would like to see just the vinyl go right over the face of those vertical stabilizers. And then right underneath would be the next person, if that makes sense.
That was my recommendation.
Good.
I didn't
So-
want any screws. But
Right, I'd like to see us not put screws. The vinyl is very inexpensive, and I'd like to buy both if I can. As the FBO, I want people come from San Jose, or say north, and they come in, they will see the south, the facing one. And if they're coming from town, I want them to look and see the one that's on the north side of that.
So you want a sign on all 4 surfaces?
Negative,
No,
just the
just
two,
on
and
one side.
nor are there gonna be any. They're only gonna be on 2 surfaces that face each other.
Oh, okay.
There won't be anything on the back, because there's no viewing angle. Am I correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I haven't driven past the sign. and
Yeah, the two
noticed.
faces, it'd be just the two faces of it as you drive in.
Perfect.
But it makes sense to me that if you're coming from town, yeah, this is Hollister Jet Center, I mean, you know, that's one of our business, that's our business. And then likewise, coming from San Jose, well, here's the airport entrance, are they on this, are they here? You know, so, that kind of thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
I also think it would be a good idea to have some directional signs, you know, at the different intersections, like to Hollister.
There was
Sorry.
at some point where we were talking about that, we were just in the speaking part of it, so there's currently one there, the blue and white one, as you pull in, nobody really sees it, kinda
Right.
blends in.
Right,
It's really small, and as far as size, it would have to be something to do, I think, with the streets, obviously, so we can't just put something highly visible out there. So it has to be within the, you know, the streets has to go through planning and building and stuff, so we get that passed, I think. There's an idea that we were coming up with, and I don't know if it got lost or something, but it had like a directional, where it had almost a map of the actual streets of the airport. And then
Right.
it had like a little logo here, and it said turn this way and turn this way.
okay,
So if we can maybe think about pushing some of that through and
right,
see where it goes with that, we can take it to, try to make a temporary one maybe, see if that will, see how everybody likes it.
right, okay,
It was a nice little map though, I kinda drew something up, so
oh,
I'll
great,
give you an example of that next time.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you have a vinyl, I know, we had a sample, or we had a vinyl person that you had worked with.
Yeah, did you get a hold of them?
I did not get a hold of him because I was waiting for Cheryl to give me the information for the person who was working on the signs, but we should get those two vendors together.
Okay,
Because if your person that you've been using doesn't like vinyl,
yeah, he suggested not using it, which is,
then maybe we
Mhm.
should get a sample from the vinyl person
Okay.
and a sample from that, and then we can,
Agree.
okay.
I can send info over to you from a vendor we've worked with for
Okay,
vinyl.
perfect.
Any other comments for the sign before moving on? Cool. Item B.
So item B, Renee, do you wanna take that one?
open house fly-in,
Yeah, I
110th
don't have any
anniversary.
info on that, I have your name listed.
I think we put it on there because we were thinking we wanted to do something, for the anniversary, which is next, I believe it's May or March,
Yeah, what I have it
the
at.
110th anniversary. And maybe have another fly-in or open house before then, but with the COVID situation, I don't know that that's feasible. So maybe we can just leave it on it's not really a report,
Yeah, definitely, just,
maybe an item that we, don't lose touch of, but, we just see what's gonna happen with the COVID situation.
okay.
How about the CAL FIRE status update?
So CAL FIRE spoke with them, and originally it was gonna be the end of August, where they're gonna bring the Firehawk in. So with the last meeting, I believe they were asking for a video of it landing and taking off. So I'm working on that now. They didn't get it to me yet, but we will get it. But now, as far as the fires going all through California, they can't get the Firehawk here as soon. So they're thinking more September, October now. So we'll get the video probably before the helicopter actually comes. And we did talk about if they were able to bring it in prior without having the people here to train, we maybe get everybody involved in some kind of like, at least to go see what,
Visit, yeah.
like physically as opposed to a video of it. But we will work on that video as well.
Okay.
Have we gotten more information about the hangar they're building for that thing?
No, nothing yet. I didn't get any updates from that, so just got when the Firehawk was coming and if they were gonna get the video for us.
Is the landing pad complete?
The
is-
temporary one they put down, yes.
Right, okay.
That's as much
So
as they're
what is there,
That's what they're gonna use currently, yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
if they put a hangar, where would they put the hangar? Closer to where they're,
I'm not sure as far
okay,
as,
I didn't
yeah.
know about a hangar, so.
My understanding was that, with the helicopter coming, because it was gonna be here year-round, there was
I-
gonna be a hangar for it too.
I thought they were just gonna park it where the planes are, cause the planes are leaving.
That was my understanding as well.
Oh,
So once the plane leaves, everybody leaves, the helicopter parks where they're currently parked the tankers.
okay. Move along to D, the Rubino NZ hangar status.
Rubino, well, we have listed about 30 days that will be ready to go, will be moved out or moved over there. That's all we have on that one. On the ends,
Where are they moving from?
they have a hangar currently and they're gonna move to the big hangar.
Okay,
Is that what we're talking about? The Rubino hangar, correct?
to the new big
The
one.
big
Talking
hangar.
Rob Rubino, the
South?
Rubino hangar?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
Which hangar are they in right now?
He took over my dad's old one,
Oh, yeah.
right next to the Cal Fire facing the freeway.
Okay,
I don't even know what number it is.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
facing
Been
the
there for
street.
40 years, but
Towards the
don't know what
fence.
number it is.
towards the fence. That's a big difference in size.
A little.
I have a question, on the hangar, are they paying rent yet or what? On the Rubino hangar?
I'm not sure to tell you the truth.
Yes, they are paying rent.
Okay.
They have been paying rent since they started building.
I would assume so, yeah.
Is it a 30-year lease or 40?
It's a 30-year lease.
And the ends hangar, do we have any?
That's not rented yet, but we have listed as 30 to 60 days about there to be occupied, be rented.
Do we have an update on the airport manager, line E?
Airport manager, they updated actually the job description, or not description so much as a requirement. So I guess we're waiting on that,
Okay.
so
Do you know if they have applicants coming in for this?
I'm not sure on that. Do we?
No, because it hasn't gone out yet. They have to make the changes. It has to still be approved by council, the new job description.
Yeah, Tony basically said that. The council, we took it, sorry, Brett Miller, the city manager.
Oh, hi,
Um, So we took the job description to the council. They requested some different minor changes, and HR is working on those changes, and we hopefully have it on a council meeting here shortly, and then we'll start the applicant process. So hopefully soon, because it'll be nice to have the airport back to full staff.
Thank you.
Will the commission have an opportunity to look at that also? The job description?
Yeah, we can do that, but I would say that we're trying to get onto the September 7th meeting. So we can just probably just, as an informational item, we can get it out to you.
That would be great.
Sure.
Yeah, it seemed reasonable. The commission should have an input to that, I think.
Celebration of life, I guess.
Say it again?
Number F, or letter F.
Yeah, the Alan Ritter Celebration of Life?
So we set it there on your front there in the desk. So we have it, there's a celebration of life. It's gonna be at the airport. You have all the information there. It's gonna be September 4th at the Harris Building from 3:30 to 5:30. And you have the major details within the packet there.
All right, moving on, item 7, old business.
Item 8.
Item 8, new business.
No,
No.
Something on old business I'd like
Old
to make a
business is 8.
comment on.
9. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, what do you have for 7?
7 was all the
The
reports.
reports. Me too.
Somebody's feeding you bad info, man.
Did you get a different one?
What am I missing?
Nothing. Okay, that's where introductions.
Oh, I don't have introductions.
Yeah.
Okay, that's, got it. Sorry about that.
It's okay. You just doffed a number.
I was right on my paper. All right, 8, old business.
I'd like to make a comment on old business regarding the June 23rd meeting minutes. And item 7 down here regards matching funds. The last sentence there goes, in a normal year, the airport brings in $100,000 in revenue and expenditures are less. The airport brings in like $1.1 million. So I think that should be amended. And sometimes the expenditures are less. I think now that Mike's gone, it might work that way again.
Are they talking about just matching funds, though? In
It
that-
could be, but they're saying in a normal year, the airport brings in $100,000. Now, does that mean in matching funds? Or does that mean in revenue?
It needs to just be clarified. I think they were talking about, the topic was matching funds, but,
But it says in revenue. So
Right,
that's something
true.
that's the income.
right,
The airport's 10% match.
right,
10% of a million.
was 100,000. But it's just not clear, so.
Not clear to me.
So real quick, just from our financial statements from 2020. So the airport brought in for actual operating revenue, it was $1,045,094. And so, and then also for federal grants, I believe it brought in about $3 million. So however you want to word that.
No, I read it as being incorrect.
Okay, I just wanted
Yeah.
to give you the revenue
Yeah,
numbers.
Thank you.
So, that was it.
Thank you.
Any other old business? Item 9, new business.
Most of us, anybody that has a hangar out there has seen this letter.
Yes.
And yeah, it's about the CPI, but then it's got a clause down here. It says waiver of subrogation. Tenant agrees that it will cause any insurance companies insuring its aircraft against any loss or damage to issue a waiver of subrogation in favor of the city, waiving its rights of subrogation against city, if any, by reason of any loss or damage while being provided hangar space or tie-down space under the terms of this lease. Tenant agrees to furnish city with a copy of said waiver of subrogation on or before the effective date of this lease. And apparently it's supposed to be an amount of $1 million.
Right.
I remember seeing this years and years ago, and then it kind of went away, but then it looks like Cheryl on her way out the door, somebody gave her this, bring it up again. I passed that along to my insurance company, asked them about it, and they never actually got back to me. So I don't know if that, if we're able to get that kind of insurance.
Right.
And then if we don't, even if you're on the tie-down,
Right.
you have to do that.
I know, I have the same concern. If you're not a pilot, you cannot get that kind of insurance. So if you're a student pilot or you're building a plane, it's very difficult to get $1 million insurance on something that's not finished.
Yeah, and why do we have to do that? We haven't had to do it in the past, and I say it.
So maybe some clarification on, I know this is we're tenants, so maybe we're not supposed to,
I don't know if any other airports do that, require that. If it's a common practice, I don't know.
it would be good to have some clarification as to if your insurance company won't insure for that amount, can you get some kind of bond or something that holds the city?
Yeah, well, what's that cost you?
Right. It could be very expensive.
Yeah. So is it worth ignoring it or dwelling into it and seeing what's behind this?
No, it should be clarificate, are we really required? And if we can't get it, what's gonna happen?
Okay.
Is there an option of what you can do? I don't know if any other tenants have said anything about it. If you have a jet, you can probably get $1 million insurance policy, but
Yeah. I don't know if it's,
For all the structures out there, or just the T hangers and the tie downs?
I'm sorry.
the
You want to see it?
Yeah, could I?
I got the same thing. I have a T-hanger, but
Hi, this is Tony. On all your lease agreements, there is that clause in there. Obviously, it needs to be updated, but that clause is in every single lease agreement that you have signed. So all we did was transfer it to a letter. That was requested by Cheryl. What we can do, though, is see what clause other airports use and change that. But it is in every single lease agreement.
And just to kind of add too, because for the city on our risk pool board, $1 million in coverage nowadays is really low. $1 million is what most agencies were required 20, 30 years ago. $1 million doesn't go very far nowadays when it goes to claims. Most insurance pools or brokers are now suggesting that we move it up to like $5 million. So just kind of give you an idea where the market is going. because when any kind of claim goes to a jury and you have a sympathetic claimant, so usually where it happens, if it has happened to some numerous cities where a kid gets injured or usually killed, those are anywhere from starting at 5 million and going up from there are the claims. So that's why insurance companies are suggesting that that's where the new level is. So just kind of give you an idea that, we're not pushing the envelope yet, but that's probably where you're going to start seeing this in the near future, is it ramping up from 1 million to 2 on up in the future. So you should be able to get it on one of your insurance policies should be able to add like a rider or something like that under that. So it's usually it's a general liability amount that you're looking for.
Do we know if this is common at other airports?
It should be. If not, they're setting themselves up to be the claimant, because anytime a claim happens, claimants look for the deep pockets. So they're going to go for the person that caused it, and if they don't have enough money to cover it, then they're going to the next agency, which is going to be us, the city, or the airport. So that's why that item is in there in your leases.
I think it's typical where most airports require tenants to carry insurance.
Right.
I don't even know are you doing that?
It should be on those. Tony, can you answer that one?
In other words, if I didn't have insurance on my airplane, would you guys know that? And would you require insurance to be carried on that airplane? Because I'm sure there's airplanes sitting around that hangar that airport that don't have insurance on them.
Yeah, and we probably should be looking into that.
We do know if you have insurance or not because we check your tail number. Every plane in there needs insurance.
Ah, you're watching us, huh?
Well, we have to. That's when we do our inspections once a year.
Yeah.
And we have to report it to the assessor's office. So yes, we do check that.
So if nobody abides by this, what happens?
Most people do. A lot of people have submitted insurance
Have they?
information, yes.
Well, insurance, but I'm talking about a $1 million bond.
Yes, a lot of people have.
A lot, huh?
So Mark, what are you looking for, I guess, for the next meeting on this topic?
I'm sorry, say again?
What are you looking for the next meeting on this topic of insurance?
Let's see, I remember this years ago. It seemed like it went away and now it's back again. I don't have any clue what it would cost my insurance company to do that. So I'd like to, as I said, when I got the letter, I sent it off to them. They never replied, but I'll go back and check with them and see what would it cost to cover that for the city.
Okay.
But I think if it's punitive, if it's a pretty expensive number, I don't know why we would be liable other than our normal insurance that we carry for the airplanes.
Okay.
Above and beyond that. It's above and beyond as I understand it. It's a special policy.
So what action item are you looking for from the airport, though?
Well, Tony says everybody's doing it. I don't think they are, because I've had a half a dozen people ask me what the heck this is all about. So I know they're not doing it. So I don't know, maybe you can,
Maybe clarification of the
in other words, we're getting,
requirement.
next thing, if we don't do it, we know we're gonna get a notice, we're kicked out of our hangar. That's what I'm looking
Right,
at.
and maybe there could be an option, another way, if you cannot get the insurance. Because if you're a student pilot, even if you're building a plane and you have one in your hangar, you cannot get this insurance.
So can we look at another option?
Okay.
I mean, whether it's a bond or you have something that you have notarized that says you will not hold the city responsible for I don't know, there seems like there should be another option if someone's building a plane. Because a kit plane, you cannot get $1 million policy on something that hasn't been built yet.
Anybody know the cost of this rider? Just a ballpark?
I have no idea.
I have an input on that. When I was building my RV, I had an insurance policy just to cover fire and theft and stuff like that. And it was very, very reasonable. I don't remember, it wasn't no $1 million though, but the airplane was covered for fire. Does that answer your question?
No, I was curious what the monthly cost would break down to, a ballpark figure,
For $1 million,
for $1 million policy.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you.
I'm wondering what the monthly breakdown cost would be for ballpark for this $1 million liability coverage. If anybody has any information on it, that's all I'm looking for. I mean, what is this costing the average person that has a hangar out there?
Or tie down.
Or a tie down? Is it gonna start pricing people out of flying, or, you know? All depends on the cost. Tony, do you know of a cost?
No, I have no idea what the cost is, but I will check with other airports and see what they do and how they handle it and see what their clause states. But this is the first time. I mean, like I said, it's on everybody's lease agreement. Nobody's ever said anything about it. And now since we put it on that letter, then everybody's talking about it. So I will get more information for you for next meeting.
That'd be great.
Thanks, Tony.
Sure.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Because everybody likes to pay more money when they're.
Everybody likes to pay more money.
Absolutely, it's fine.
Well, the cost would be the type of insurance you want to get. If you just want liability, it would be X dollars. If you want hull insurance, then it's going to be a lot more. That's what you're talking about.
Well, that clause is for liability, isn't it?
It's $1 million liability policy.
That's right. If you just get liability on your airplane, the insurance company won't charge that much unless you have hull insurance. You follow me?
Well, I don't think it's about the airplane, I think it's about if somebody gets hurt in their hangar, right?
It's everything. If there's a fire in the hangar next to you and something in your hangar burns, or you damage something in your hangar, but you blame it on someone else, the city just doesn't want to be responsible. I understand that. They're trying to protect. If you pull your airplane out and accidentally run over a dog, or someone wants to sue you because it was their favorite puppy, or a kid, or something else, or you hit their plane, you know, I mean.
All right, Tony's gonna give us more information for the next one. We'll discuss it more at the next one. Is there any other new business?
I have a question. I saw on the, I think it was Board of Supervisors meeting, that there is a Hollister Airport wastewater treatment facility being considered, and I just wondered if there is such a thing and where it's gonna be.
Can you say that again?
I saw
Can you state that again?
there is a Hollister Airport area wastewater treatment facility being considered.
That was the Board of Supervisors meeting? Okay, I think well, there could be two different, well, if it's Board of Supervisors, there is a potential development north of Highway 156 and east of San Felipe Road on that corner. And they're looking at the feasibility of putting a batch plant in there for that development.
Okay.
So but it wouldn't be on the airport, because
Wouldn't
anybody
affect
in the city limits would go to our wastewater treatment plant.
And maybe it was just the way it was titled.
Yeah, probably.
Hollister Airport wastewater. I was a little, just wanted to make sure.
Okay,
Okay, that makes sense.
sure.
Thank you.
With the vote on Reed Hillview the other day, have we gotten more people calling in for, like, what's the waiting list now look like? For
I'm not
hangars.
sure, as far as the waiting list, I haven't got that deep into it yet. I think,
I'm wondering how that vote's gonna affect us down here and, what plans and action for that.
I'm actually hearing about it, that people are calling about it, but I'm not sure as far as numbers.
Yeah, they had a city meeting the other day that, went to vote to get it to shut down because of the lead.
Right.
They know that they're not gonna get the land, right?
It's,
Because it's deeded back to the family. That was part of the original agreement of the airport. That if it's not an airport, the land goes back to the original family.
That'd be nice.
So City of San Jose is not gonna get the land. Just saying.
I think we should still worry though that, I think people are still gonna look at other options of if they have to move hangar.
South County.
Well, they're already planning to close it in 2023, right? Wasn't it 2023?
Something like that.
Reed Hillview?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been scheduled to close either 2023 or 25, I can't remember. And so, I would assume they would be looking for hangars and space, and businesses will be looking for places where they can have their little businesses at the airport. I am sure there's been some, there's too long of a wait list at Watsonville, or there's not enough space at San Martin, so it just makes sense that it would be Hollister or Salinas unless you go north, and then it's really gonna be expensive.
Yeah.
There really aren't a lot of options, so. It would be good to know how much interest there has been.
I think we have the number at the office. If you need it, you can give us a call. I just don't have that with me.
any other new business before moving on? All right, items for next agenda?
Should we keep the sign update on there?
I got the sign up there, yep, agreed.
CAL FIRE. I guess everything but, the last one, F. Open house fly-in, I don't know if we need that to stay on there, we could. We kinda wanna keep it on there as a reminder, because before long it will be end of the year, and then it'll be the 110th anniversary.
It'll be
And
here
those
already.
take a lot of time to plan.
Yeah, I suggest we keep A, B, C, and E from the reports. We can get rid of the hangar status and the celebration of life for the next meeting. Plus the new business, it'll be a good meeting next month.
Right.
What's the interest in the Bob Evans hangar? Should we leave that on there, or what's going on there?
I was suggesting leave it off. Do you wanna leave it on?
Well, it says, it's asking for an update, and what's the update about? I'm not sure.
It's supposed to be occupied in around 30 days, but we don't know who, right?
No, we don't know who. We just know there's interest, but 30 to 60 days is what we're,
So let's keep that one on Rubino and ends.
both of them, okay.
Is there any update on when the Blackhawks coming to Hollister?
That
Uh,
was
The Firehawk?
the Firehawk.
Yeah.
Well, it was gonna be August, the end of August, and currently with the fire situation, it's not gonna be till September, October now. So I'm planning on getting a video, if they don't bring it first.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that video for everybody.
I said the Firehawk would be down here around June 11th.
They were late.
Originally, yes.
They saw the debris and the
On the CAL FIRE update status, they were supposed to move on the west side of the airport. I was wondering if there's any further activity going on there with the politicians that have the money to do so. Maybe we should have somebody look into that.
Okay, I can look in that for you.
Maybe
I mean,
they,
it's on the master plan, the layout on the west side there. And, it's kind of left up in the air when CAL FIRE is ever going to move over there.
maybe we should have the Taliban give them a deadline. That might work.
Oh.
Somebody enjoyed it.
With all these fires going on right now, it might be a good time to pulse some politicians to get some money for that move.
Yeah, is there any way that we can try to get a commitment as to when that's gonna happen? Is that worth pursuing?
Yeah. I think it is. Let's put it under new business.
Yeah, it's been going on for about 20 years.
Yeah, otherwise maybe we'll put somebody else over there.
They have a lease, they have that stowed up on the other side.
Are all the tenants in the Bickle hangar still staying there?
I think they are currently. I'm not sure as far as if they were planning on moving out at all, but they are currently there.
Which hangar's that?
That's the one that the 30-year ground lease ended, and so it went back to this city. And so now the city is collecting like $170,000
Right at the front gate.
a
Okay.
year in revenue. But the tenants stayed. It's just that at the 30-year ground lease, when they end, they revert back to
Got it.
the airport. The hangars do.
Any other items for next agenda? Item 11, action items. All right. Next meeting is slated for September 22nd of 2021
At 6
At
o'clock.
6.
at 6.
Hey,
Do I have to do that?
Who moves to adjourn?
Yeah. Do I move to adjourn? I don't know.
Hey, I thought we were gonna have Fred make the motion to, do you wanna make the motion, Fred, to adjourn in honor of Alan Ritter?
Yes, I can do that. I'd like to adjourn the meeting in memory of Alan Ritter. It's been a long time person around the airport that everybody knew, and he was the airport manager for many years. And I'd like to adjourn the meeting in his memory.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.
Recording stopped.